Crescent Meadows was a spirited suburb, its golden fields, quirky docks, and my Meadowmart Cafe a defiant stand against Karen Miller's HOA tyranny. Once choked by bans on unapproved docks and excessive lake use, it now thrived, with my 50-acre state-leased ranch and my farmhouse on unincorporated county land as its core. Bluefin Lake, a shimmering 100-acre gem bordering my property, was my latest acquisition, its deed secured in 2024 to protect its ecosystem and my access. I'm Sarah, the farmer, conservationist, SWAT trainer, Meadowmart owner, and federal health inspector who'd crushed Karen 26 times, buying Meadowmart after her farm stand ban, exposing her assault on Lily, stopping her fishing derby, evicting her fishing club, jailing fake HOA cops, rallying for a pilot's defiance, retrieving my tow tractor, shutting down her cop call on my fence, backing Ibrahim Traore, ejecting her security patrol, protecting the Thompsons, winning court for my wrecked car, defending my mom's cold stand, exposing her 911 call on Senator Ellison, grounding her airline stunt, nailing her bank meddling, restoring my water pipe, towing her SUV, saving my mom's nurse, rescuing Emma from her kidnapping, saving Liam from her brick attack, foiling her field grab, scaring her with my bear, Bruno, defending Emma's wheelchair, stopping her 911 call on my ranch, and saving Max from her clippers. My dock, built with county permits, connected my ranch to Bluefin Lake, now mine. Karen Miller, mid-50s, with a desperate bully, her clipboard a flimsy prop for her fading control. Exiled, jailed, and bankrupted, she'd issued a $500 fine, claiming Bluefin Lake was HOA property. Unaware that I owned it, her fine was extortion, and her snooping violated county law. Her scheme, backed by a few HOA loyalists, relied on a forged lake map, blind to my deed and cameras. Key allies included my mother, Ellen, a sharpshooter with dialysis, Tom, my biologist friend who monitored the lake, Linda, the councilwoman who backed my fights, Lily, my waitress-turned-leader, and the Thompsons, especially Dr. James Thompson. Deputy Harris, my SWAT friend, was on call, and my FBI contact, Agent Laura Chun, was ready to escalate. The Crescent Meadows Forum, our digital hub, would amplify the fight. The setting was a humid August morning in 2025 on my dock on Bluefin Lake shore, where my canoe bobbed gently. Karen's lackey, a hired thug, had posted her fine as she lurked nearby, spying. My security cameras, wired for ranch and lake safety, caught her every move and the forge map. Neighbors, tired of her antics, filmed from the shore. Karen's fine was baseless, and her ignorance of my ownership was her fatal error. This wasn't just about a dock. It was Karen's final assault on Crescent Meadows' freedom. For me, it was a chance to protect my lake, expose her fraud, and unite our community. As I filmed, I knew this fight would echo our victories and redefine our town's strength. Karen's fine was a delusional grab. "Remove your dock or pay," her notice read, taped to my gate as her lackey fled. I filmed, shouting, "This is my lake, Karen. I own Bluefin." Her smug face, peering from the bushes, faltered. She hadn't known my deed. I called Harris, who laughed. "She's fining you for your own lake? She's done." Ellen texted my lake deed, saying Karen's sunk. Linda vowed to bring county officials, noting she's extorting a federal inspector. Jail time. I confronted Karen, phone rolling. "You're fining me on my private lake. I'm a federal inspector. Back off." She scoffed. "The HOA owns this water," waving her forged map. Neighbors filmed, furious. My forum post ignited. "Karen fined me $500 for my own lake. I bought Bluefin." Hashtags Karen find my lake and hashtag protect Sarah's lake trended, hitting 7 million views. Jake, my barista, live streamed from Meadowmart, showing my 2024 deed. "Crescent Meadows stands with Sarah," he said, hitting 8 million views. Lily handed out flyers about private property laws, explaining Sarah owns Bluefin. Karen's a fraud. Karen rallied her HOA cronies, a trio with signs. "Reclaim our lake." But neighbors drowned them out, chanting Sarah's lake. Mia, my farmhand, filmed Karen's map, catching its fake boundaries. I share my camera clip, Karen's finding me for bluefin. I own it. The video hit 50 million views. James Thompson arrived, saying, "She targeted us too. We're testifying." His federal clout rattled Karen's cronies. Harris arrived, lights off, with Agent Chun. "What's the claim?" Harris asked, eyeing Karen's notice. She insisted bluefin was HOA-controlled. I handed Harris my 2024 deed, smiling. "I bought this lake last year." Chun checked my footage, stating, "This is federal extortion." I live-streamed. Karen's finds a lie. She's stealing my lake. The stream hit 100 million views, with news vans arriving. Comments flooded. "Sarah's a genius." "Karen's a thief." Linda arrived with a county surveyor, announcing, "Karen's map is forged. Sarah's deed is valid." The crowd chanted "Lake, Lake," as Karen's cronies fled. The forum planned a lake-free day at Meadowmart, with music and water rights talks. Karen tried one last lie, claiming the HOA manages bluefin, but Harris showed my deeds registry. I pointed to my dock, locked gate, and lake, proving my control. The stage was set, not just to void her fine, but to crush her reign and rally Crescent Meadows around bluefin. Her notice was her end, and my lake was eternal. My dock was a fortress of truth. Karen stood by the shore, trembling, as Harris and Chun questioned her fine. The livestream hit 150 million views, with hashtag #KarenFindMyLake and hashtag #ProtectSarahsLake trending globally. Neighbors packed the lakeside, waving signs, "Sarah's Lake." No HOA finis. News crews broadcast live, anchors calling it a farmer stand versus HOA fraud. The air buzzed, and I was ready to sink Karen. Tom addressed the crowd, voice clear. "Sarah's Lake is private, HOA-exempt county land. Karen's $500 fine is extortion." He showed my deed and camera footage, proving her lie. Neighbors gasped, sharing the clips online. Ellen handed out flyers, saying, "Sarah's our legacy. Karen's stealing our lake." The forum surged. "Karen's a fraud. Sarah's our queen." A viral tweet read, "HOA Karen finds woman for lake she owns. Doesn't know she's a federal inspector. Hashtag Karen find my lake." Karen yelled, "The lake's ours." But Chun held up my footage, stating, "Your fine's a federal crime, extortion." Her face collapsed. She hadn't known my ownership. National water rights groups joined X, posting, "Karen's attack on Sarah's Lake is a disgrace. Support Crescent Meadows." The Change.org petition, "Protect Sarah's Lake," hit 9 million signatures with comments like "Sarah's a legend" and "Karen's done." Linda spoke to reporters, voice firm. "Sarah's Lake and rights are our pride. Karen's fraud threatens us all." She announced a council motion to fine the HOA $350,000 and ban all operations. The crowd roared, chanting "Lake free." The HOA, gutted by scandals, leaked texts disavowing Karen. "She's rogue." Neighbors guarded my dock, as my farmhands patrolled the shore. I grabbed the megaphone, heart racing. Karen thought she could find me off my lake, but I'm a federal inspector, and I own bluefin. I proposed a lake-free day at Meadowmart, with lake tours, music, and a fundraiser for conservation, inviting all. The crowd cheered, volunteering to patrol the shore. I shared online. Karen's fine failed. Join us for Sarah's Lake. The livestream hit 200 million views, with hashtag #LakeFreeDay trending. Comments flooded. "Sarah's unstoppable. Karen's a thief." Karen made a last stand, yelling at Chun, "The HOA's above you." But Rachel, my attorney, arrived with a federal warrant. "You're charged with extortion, trespass, and fraud," she said, as Harris cuffed her. The crowd parted, phones filming her walk to the FBI van. Jake's stream hit 300 million views, with comments like "Bye, Karen." "Lake wins." News ran headlines. "Federal inspectors lake ownership crushes HOA Karen's fine." Lily organized kids to paint lake-free signs, while Tom tied it to my lake's blue fins, saying, "Sarah protects our waters." Harris cleared the shore, and neighbors patrol my lake. Linda promised county funding for a bluefin haven sign, marking its status. The stage was set for a victory that would secure bluefin, end Karen's reign, and show Crescent Meadows' power. Karen was cuffed, but what happened next would shock everyone. The county courthouse pulsed with justice as Karen faced trial, Bluefin Lake Secure. The livestream hit 350 million views, with hashtag Karen Find My Lake and hashtag Protect Sarah's Lake trending worldwide. Neighbors packed the gallery, waving lake-free signs as news crews filmed. I held the megaphone, my roles as federal inspector, conservation head, and SWAT trainer now a verdict, my deed our sword, ready to bury Karen. Judge Larson, a federal veteran, called order. Ms. Miller, you're charged with extortion, trespass, and fraud, he said. Rachel presented my 2024 deed and footage, showing Karen's fine and forged map. The plaintiff owns Bluefin Lake, and her land is private, she said. The gallery cheered, phones filming for the forum, where comments surged. Karen's done. Sarah's our queen. Shun testified, voice sharp. Karen's fine was a deliberate extortion scheme. She showed her forged map, sparking gasps. Linda announced the council's $350,000 HOA fine and dissolution vote. The crowd chanted Lake. Lake, as kids waved painted waves, symbols of our win. Tom showed my camera logs, proving Karen's intent. Sarah's deed crushed her, he said, sparking applause. I unveiled a Bluefin Haven signed sketch, county-backed, to mark my lake status. This lake is mine, not Karen's, I said, sharing it online, a wave under a state seal. The forum erupted. Perfect. Sarah's legacy. Larson reviewed the evidence, deed, footage, map, calling it irrefutable. Karen, pleading not guilty, claimed, the HOA manages lakes. But Rachel played her notice, exposing her lies. Larson ruled, guilty on all counts. 5 years for Miller, $1 million in damages to Sarah, and HOA dissolution. The gallery roared as Karen slumped, broken. My digital dossier, deed, footage, warrants, was handed to the press, ensuring conviction. News ran alive. Federal inspectors Lake deed halts HOA Karen's extortion. The crowd surged, music blaring, as Lake Free Day plans took shape. I gave the mic to Ellen, who shone. Sarah's lake is our heart, she said. Neighbors hugged her, guarding my shore in solidarity. This wasn't just Karen's defeat. It was Crescent Meadows' triumph, proof our waters could outshine fraud. As Bluefin sparkled, justice landed. Karen's conviction was Crescent Meadows' victory. News ran headlines like Lake owner defeats, HOA, Karen's $500 fine, and Sarah's Bluefin triumphs. The livestream hit 700 million views, with hashtag Karen Find My Lake trending for weeks. Fan art of my dock as a justice symbol flooded the forum, and conservation groups invited me to speak. Talk shows called, but I stayed grounded, saying this is about my lake. Lake Free Day was a sensation. Thousands joined, neighbors, kids, county officials, touring Bluefin, dancing, and unveiling the Bluefin Haven sign. Meadowmark catered, and Tom led eco talks, tying the lake to my bluefins. The event raised $600,000 for water conservation, and state leaders hailed it as a model. The forum buzzed with photos. Sarah's lake shines. No more Karens. The HOA was eradicated. Linda's vote fined it $350,000 and dissolved it, with new laws banning false fines. Karen got 5 years, was banned from Crescent Meadows, and vanished to a prison cell, reportedly arguing over rules. Don't fine like Karen became a local joke painted on docks. My lake became a tourist draw, with visitors posing by the sign. Meadow Mart and my farm stand soared, the cafe hosting lake nights with music and water rights talks. Tourists flocked to Sarah's lake, boosting sales. Neighbors brought gifts, mini waves, deed patches, saying my fight inspired them. Tom's data showed Bluefin thriving, celebrated at a community feast. The digital dossier, deed, footage, verdicts was studied for property laws, influencing policy. Lily mentored kids, painting eco signs for the shore. The forum planned a lake fest, with music, canoe races, and SWAT drills, cementing our spirit. Sarah turned Karen's fine into our triumph, One post read, I hired teens to patrol Bluefin, giving them pride. At the fest, under a Bluefin Forever banner, Linda toasted, to Sarah, Bluefin, and Crescent Meadows, where water's defeat lies. Fireworks burst, kids danced, and the lake gleamed. Karen's find had been a spark, but we'd build a legacy. Meadow Mart, my ranch, and Bluefin were our stronghold, proof no bully could claim our waters. As stars shone, I knew Crescent Meadows would always stand wild, proud, and free.